Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. We're live!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Final Show Films Adventurers League Curse of Strahd. It's been a while, but
We're fighting a hag.
Yes. When last we left off, the party was fighting a hag. So let's go ahead and introduce our characters. We have John.
I'm John, and I'm playing Maria de Nazul, the human hexblade warlock who has a nominally Spanish accent of some kind.
And Jeremy.
Hello, I am Jeremy. I am playing Valis, the Scourge ASMR grave cleric who has absolutely no sense of humor.
And Aaron.
I'm playing Connie Rose, the human barbarian who probably is not terribly qualified for her deity.
And Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm playing Jonelle, the what am I? I am the Wood Elf Sun Soul Monk.
What
You're a Wood Elf?
Yes.
What am I? The question we ask more often than not here at Final Show Films.
Curse of Strahd. Things get existential.
And when last we left off, you guys were rolling initiative because someone threw a guiding bolt at the night hag that runs this windmill.
I mean,
As
we
one
were
does.
going to roll initiative, but we have not yet, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we have not yet rolled initiative.
The initiative marker currently only has Ismark on it, which means I also need to roll more Gantha.
Initiative.
Initiative.
Let me find myself on the map here.
Also,
Well, that's auspicious.
also, I need to pull up the thing in this window so that we can have a battle map because I have a weird setup.
Alright, you need to be set to roll privately.
Well, that's encouraging at least.
What's encouraging?
Our foe's initiative.
Oh. I mean, she rolled a 19.
She just needs to now use time stop. You know.
It's all right. She's going first, and then we all jump on her. It's fine. That's how it works.
She initially rolled a 3.
I accidentally double-clicked. She should be at 3, actually.
I was gonna
Hey, never mind then.
I looked at it and then looked away because, you know, for other browser windows, I was like, okay, well, that's encouraging at least. And you guys are like, she rolled a 19. I'm like, what?
No,
She
I
has a
accidentally
huge
double-clicked.
initiative.
Fortunately, I'm behind everyone else, so I have time to set up my my pre-fight spells.
Fight ritual.
My pre-fight. Pull out my sword, cast my spell. Actually, my sword's already out. It's a Nodachi.
So 8.
Yeah, we were kind of in the middle of wandering up and trying to kill things.
Wow. 3 of us rolled an 8.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were saying auspicious sarcastically.
Well, get in line, John. Get in sync with the rest of the party. Roll an 8 on initiative, damn it.
No, I refuse.
All right. Well, we begin the encounter with Maria. What is your
Maria.
action for the turn?
Maria's action for the turn is to cast Mirror Image.
I cast Mirror Image. You become 4 orc samurai.
Yes. Wait, I have 3 spell slots now, not 2.
Do you have 3?
I have 3 at level 4.
No, I don't think warlocks get a third spell slot. Warlocks don't get a third spell slot until like level.
Doubt it.
Oh,
12.
no, I
think.
still only have 2. Never mind. I thought I had 3. No. I get more. At level 12,
You have an extra slot specifically for casting Cure Wounds at first level.
That's right. Yeah. So I cast Mirror Image. I become many. Let's see how many of me are there? Do I roll for that? I forget.
No,
Nope.
you just
No,
have,
you automatically get 3.
You get 3.
Yep. There are now 4 of me.
I remember that from the last Adventurers League game.
I used it quite a bit.
All right. So, is that your anything to do with your bonus action or?
Bonus. I can't see anything, so yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah, because you're still a ways down the stairs. Jonelle, you are currently on the stairs.
Behind everyone else.
Behind everyone else. I'm assuming she's up above us.
Yes.
I can't see anything.
You're moving through your companions is difficult terrain right now.
Well, I'm going to move up through them. That's fine.
5,
So I
10,
can
15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
I'm going to move slightly out of the way.
It's a cramped space, so.
For some reason,
And-
I've got Flowbot stuck in my head.
Oh, and just FYI, for level 4, I did take the mobility feat.
Cool.
So,
It's a good feat. It's a good feat, Brunt.
I mean, there are worse things to have stuck in your head than Flowbots.
No, but specifically, I have Johnny Five's Me Too song that he recorded from Japan, or returning from Japan, where it's half in English and half in Japanese. I've specifically got that stuck in my head.
okay. So I'm kind of close, and I know this isn't going to do a whole lot to her, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to just first going to stab up with the spear.
Don't you have Radiant Energy Blast at this level?
It's also a ranged attack.
Oh. Crossbow Mastery. Crossbow Mastery helps that.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
Crossbow Mastery helps all of your range attacks, not just with crossbows.
Yes.
It's really misnamed.
But first, attack with the spear
That hits, so roll me damage.
for 7 points of damage.
Doesn't quite get as much damage off on her as you feel like
Yeah.
it should have. But it does deal damage.
I'm expecting that, and I'm also trying to get out of the way of the others. So I move 35, 40 feet?
Yeah, you move, 40 roughly. 35, actually.
35.
I mean,
I'm going to take just
in
a
this enclosed space, I don't think you can move 35 feet. Oh no, you could. You could run back and forth repeatedly.
well, no, it's I had to use a lot to get past you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
he
is
moved
this
right
is,
to 35,
that's
moving
true.
past you.
this is
That's
cumulative, not in a single
Cumulative.
person.
Single person.
This is that thing where there's a single person staircase and you're edging past someone else.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yep. Then I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to do a basically a jumping kick to kick her, and then use that momentum to move over here.
All right.
Jump and kick.
Is mobility one of the ones that lets you avoid attacks opportunity?
Yes, which
What
is
does it
also
do?
one of the big reasons why I took it.
So long as you make an attack at
Attack.
somebody,
Someone-
you don't have to hit. You ignore.
That creature does not get opportunity attack against me. So I'm
Okay.
assuming 21 hits.
Yes, it does.
Mobility is real good.
8 points of
8.
damage. Yep. So
And
Jonelle just okay. I need to get into this fight now, and just runs up the side of the wall past everyone, and just flies around the corner past Valis, lunging out with the spear, catching the hag by surprise, and then leaps off of them and kicks across her jaw as he launches himself across the room before she can even begin to react. Is there anything else in your turn, or is that it?
That would be it.
All right. Ismark is actually up next.
He climbs the stairs.
What do you actually have at your disposal, Ismark?
A long sword and a short sword.
And a heavy crossbow.
Bank shot.
Let's see.
Just tries to bounce a crossbow bolt off the wall.
Yeah, he couldn't.
That
get
needs to be
that good.
something for like a sling mastery where you can do bang shot.
He's actually going to use his action to make an athletics check and see if he can climb the back end of this. With a 22, he can. He actually just runs up to the stairs, sees all of you crowded around, turns around and sees where the stairs end, leaps up, grabs onto the railing, and climbs himself over the back, and he ends up right here. And that'll be his turn.
Show off.
Honey, you're up. Aaron, you're up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, caffeine. is
Yeah,
a thing
understandable.
right
I
now.
Still kicking in.
No, I need to take some before it can kick in.
I'm gonna go set a cup of coffee on this thing.
Rage. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoot to.
I'll
Wait, how much movement does Connie have? She has 37.
Don't you have barbarian fast movement by this point?
I think that's next level.
Oh, is it next level? Or...
10 or 15, 20, 25. Scoot to the opposite side of Valis. And great sword rage attack.
11 unfortunately misses.
Yeah, and I don't get my bonus action attack this turn because I raged.
Okay. Yep. And that brings us to Valis. What you got?
All right, Valis goes
Got
to
him.
reach out and do the Keen Undertaker throat grab thing,
Choke slam.
and in the process, casts inflict wounds.
All right, roll me a spell attack. You have advantage because
Yes,
Connie's
I
connected with
do.
you.
Oh, is the hag right? Hang on. Is the hag right here?
Yes. Critical hit. Critical choke
Oh.
slam. Roll damage.
Isn't
The
that-
hag is 1 square south of Vala.
Okay, that's when we find out the hag is immune to necrotic damage.
Jesus.
I do 42 necrotic damage to
That's-
it.
Well then.
That's when we find out the hag is
Whoa.
immune to, is immune to necrotic damage.
The hag isn't even resistant to necrotic damage.
Suck the life out of her.
And just keeps the hold, staring directly into it. her eyes.
Alice's eyes roll over with darkness as he just steps forward and just brings a hand up and latches it onto this hag's throat. As she looks up in surprise and brings her hand up, as these tendrils of black energy scrape across her form, draining the life out of her as she takes this necrotic damage. Ow!
Again, I point out my personality trait. I don't run from evil. Evil runs from me.
Feeling it right now. Evil's feeling it right now.
Well, I think evil has a target at least.
Yes, evil does.
And it's our healer. Good job, party.
Our healer who has the most armor of anyone in the party.
This is also true. Although I am not utilizing my shield at the moment, it must be said.
And who tanked like 4 vampires last session.
That is not a good example. That was a bad thing.
We
Morgan,
lived. We become reckless.
Morgantha, with Valis's arm like latched around her collar, just girls, if you could get down here quickly. And at the same time as that is happening, is going to cast a ray of enfeeblement at Valis. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
That would hit even if I was using my shield. I mean, I guess technically I have my shield at my side, held at my side, but yeah.
I thought that was Ray of Sickness. Never mind. She would not use Ray of Enfeeblement. She will instead use Magic Missile.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna suck.
9 points of force damage.
Oh, that sounds not bad.
As 3 darts appear around her
Right.
shoulders and slam into your
As
chest.
someone who uses magic missile regularly, low-level magic missiles aren't that bad.
Except she can do them at will, so she can keep doing them forever.
Eh.
It's basically immediate damage when she needs it. That brings us to Maria.
Maria, all 4 of us, 5, 10, 15, 20. Would really appreciate if Istmark or Jonelle would get over here. But failing that, let's just box her in and beat her to death.
All right.
I'm going to use my bonus action to Hexblade the Curse on
right.
her, and then this Pact Blade become an in. It's a 13 hit.
No, it is not.
Damn it.
All right. Your turn.
That's my turn.
Jonelle, you're up.
I'm gonna go make some coffee now. I'll be back out.
I wish I could get
Okay.
myself a drink, but unfortunately I'm the DM.
Now that I'm a couple spaces away from her, I'm going to cup my hands together, concentrate, form a radiant ball of light, and I'm going to sunbolt her.
All right. Roll me attack rolls. That hits. Roll damage. 9
And
radiant damage.
I'm going to spend a key point to make another pair of attacks.
All
Good
right.
plan.
That hits again.
24
6 more.
more, and
That also hits.
52.
8 more.
8.
All right. So that's 14 more. So that's going to be... Ow. You guys have done more than half of her health in one round. And not everyone's hit her.
Yep. Inflict wounds is a great spell.
It
and it's
really is.
tragic
You
that
critically
most
hit.
clerics don't take it.
Especially when you critically hit with it. Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Ismark is going to very carefully work his way around this millstone. And take his 2 longsword attacks with advantage. In 2 hands. Gonna be 10 misses. 12 misses. Wow, Mark. Everyone else is rolling great. What are you doing?
He's modeling after Connie.
Apparently. All right. At initiative count 10, a tall, pale figure of dark hair who looks almost like a younger version of Morgantha makes her way down the stairs. Looks at the group of you. Oh, uninvited guests, and is going to. She's just gonna. I think she's just gonna claw at Connie, because Connie's right within her reach.
Cool. I'm pretty sure I can't see her. So are you sure there's not a wall between us?
Oh right, that's because that's supposed to be a
there
staircase.
there is a wall
Yeah.
there.
I can't see that way.
Let me delete the staircase lighting
Okay.
problem.
She could
Thank you.
hit me.
I mean, she can hit me as well. I just couldn't tell where she was hitting me from, and I wasn't sure if that was justified or not.
No, it's a staircase that she can reach around.
Also, fun fact, so apparently I made myself a cup of coffee the other day and forgot that I had made myself a cup of coffee, so I went over to the coffee machine and it's just like a cup full of coffee.
Yeah.
And like, I have given up caffeine a lot more than I thought I had.
I mean, I haven't given up caffeine, but I do that constantly.
Well, I mean, like, cause like I suddenly realized that I made that cup like 2 days ago and I haven't had caffeine since then.
Yeah,
It's like,
Does an 18 hit you, Connie?
just barely, yeah.
Okay. So you take 19 points of slashing damage, but you're raging, so that's halved to 9.
Yep.
And then that brings it to your turn.
Wait, I just remembered that my hit points on my token are wrong. Give me a second, Ted. Not act like I have 15 hit points.
And Valis, you're on deck for your turn, so be thinking what you're gonna do. Although I imagine you already have your turn.
another inflict wounds, I think. Since that worked out so well
actually,
previously.
Not in this case, I have my action set though. For
Also, what gives you your bonus action attack, Connie?
Making an attack, I believe. It's a part of rage.
Because I believe that's a berserker thing. Because I think that's the frenzy rage that a berserker gets. Yeah, I just get like rage itself just gives you a bunch of resistance. And extra.
Okay,
damage.
I'll check.
Yeah,
I'll check again.
Yeah, because I believe the extra attack is the thing that berserkers get.
It is. Though I think zealots also get something else that they get to do on.
They get to deal divine damage on their attacks, like radiant damage.
Yeah, I'll check. There's definitely something, because... Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah, we're all tired right now.
Though I did forget to do my divine damage last turn.
You didn't hit last turn.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're all out of it right now. I get you. That hits them.
14 slashing damage and 8 radiant.
All right, so 7 slashing brings us to 9 plus 8 radiant. Ow, brings us to 87 damage. You guys have done.
We're level 4 now, bitches. You fought us when we were level 2. Now we're level 4. Twice as strong.
Literally twice as strong.
Next level, I count as a magic
See,
weapon.
now Valis understands what I meant by tomorrow we're stronger.
All right. Unless there's anything else on your turn, Connie, Valis, you are up.
All right. So, for my primary action, I'm keeping the hole, but that's just mostly for cinematic purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Punch her.
I am going to cast Yeah, she seemed to react well to necrotic damage. So I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on her.
Undertaker bell. Bong.
So it's not that hard.
She's wounded, so
14 wisdom check. Or save.
Wisdom save, yeah.
And if so, she takes. I did not do nearly as well on damage as I did last time.
She does roll a 16, so she doesn't take the 4 damage.
That's fine.
But
and for my bonus action, I am putting a spiritual bastard sword right about there.
All right, give me 1 second. Find token.
I mean, it probably up the stairs, but I mean, in a position so that it is providing our warlock with flanking on this new evil person.
Controlled by Valis. There you go.
Well, it doesn't provide flanking, but it gets flanking from me.
Yes.
Because it's attacking with someone else. It's not a creature by itself.
And
for those who may be interested, my coffee of the morning is Seattle's best coffee house blend. It tastes like houses.
So that is a 22.
All right, roll damage.
For 8
force
force damage. That's not too bad. And I vaguely considered turning. I vaguely considered turning on my radiant consumption instead. But there's only one person I can hurt with that right now. That's an enemy. So.
And several people that are friends.
Actually, that's not true. I would have hurt them both, but still.
As well as
everyone
else except for Jonelle.
And that is my turn.
All right, and then at initiative count 5, because all of the night hags in this coven rolled really bad initiative. A third member of this windmill steps just into visibility down the stairs, looks around the room, and looks over at, without saying anything, just looks over at Maria and extends a hand and is going to cast Magic Missile at Maria.
And runs away.
Let's roll a d20 and see.
It is not an attack roll.
No, it's not, but it's still, I believe even with magic missiles, it still has to determine which of the mirror images it's going to hit, I think.
I don't think so.
Let me check.
I think it still does.
Whether an attack, with it targets you with an attack during the spell's duration.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it say attack roll?
No, it's just attack.
Yeah, with an attack. That magic missile is an attack.
It just deals damage.
All right, sure.
It does not form any kind of attack. It just deals damage.
I mean, yeah.
I would argue that it is an attack, but it's your ruling. So, how much damage am I taking?
I can have it destroy 3 of your mirror images potentially if you want, because each missile is independent.
It's true. That can happen.
Because at that point it doesn't even decide whether it hits your mirror image.
How much damage am I taking if I'm taking any?
It's 10 points of force damage.
Right. Ow. I have 17 health left.
I mean, sure, why not? Roll 3 d20s. Let's see how many of your mirror images it breaks out.
Sure.
First one, you got to get 6 or more.
1.
Breaks 1. Hits me. Breaks. Oh no. Hits me twice. Hits me twice.
So you take. The first one was the big one, so you take 5 points of force damage.
And I lose 2 of my mirror images. Or no, I lose 1 of my mirror images.
Yes. Morgantha is surrounded and not happy about that.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
And I'm very happy she has that problem.
Maybe
Oh,
she
good.
should be less evil and she wouldn't have to worry about this.
Yeah, that does seem like the obvious solution.
Oh, good. The entire coven is within 30 feet of each other. Good.
This is a very small tower. It's hard for that not to be true.
They get extra abilities, don't they?
Valis, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Oh wait, hang on,
Okay.
let me make sure that's the right saving throw that I'm calling for. 1 second.
I mean, those are his good ones. So
Hopefully.
theoretically, otherwise, why are you a cleric?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Quietly.
I
looks
mean,
at my
it is my good saving throw. On the
wisdom.
other hand, I have used up my good rolls for the day already. 21.
No, you haven't.
Liar.
Currently not.
You feel this pressure enclose upon your form as Morgantha weaves this magic that attempts to take hold of you, and you just force it off with the sheer unending rage that you have for the
Yes.
damned.
As the eyes go black again, and he's just like, no.
So Valis is just the Undertaker now.
Eh. He's not the Undertaker.
I really need
So
a
I
donut
keep
so I can
on,
dunk it in my
for some
coffee.
reason, thinking Valis is a gnome.
No, he's an elf. Or no, he's an ASMR.
He's an
Maria.
ASMR.
Maria, you're up.
Maria.
I think we're conflating Valis with Anders.
Yeah. No, there's a reason why I think Valis is a gnome. He's not.
Well, there's a hag. There's a hag there's a hag in front of me and a hag to the right, and here I am stuck in the middle with hags. It's gonna be a packed blade to the one that has my curse on it.
It's not sexist
Oh, wait.
if that's their creature description.
Hang on. I have advantage. 14. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Jeremy, why are you taking all my rolls?
Because look what I did to this hag.
Just saying it would be helpful if I could do things. That'll be my
Is that your
turn.
turn?
That's my
Okay.
turn.
Welcome
you're
to
up.
most of my
Yeah.
game sessions.
To be fair, Jonelle is also taking your good rolls because Jonelle hasn't rolled below a 20 for hitting something yet.
Yeah. I've been averaging about rolling a 15, pretty much.
Yep. 14 and a half average. Oh.
Okay. Well, the Sunbolt seems to be working fairly well, so I will continue to hit this one. Ah, 13? No.
Nope, that misses.
And I'm going to spend another key point to make another pair of attacks.
That misses.
Thanks,
That misses. Well, there
We
we go.
cursed
Jeremy.
ourselves.
Jeremy. That's all.
I mean, I'm not the one who referenced the fact that you've been rolling really well. You cursed yourself.
Move up over here.
Also, Radiant Sunbolt is the best.
So I not to interrupt the flow of thought, but I had an idea that I wish I had unlimited money so that I could make happen.
Well, Ismark connects with that longsword hit.
Is
Yay!
it the death of all of the hags?
No. If I had infinite money, the Grand Terra group, all with HTC Vives, playing D&D in Tabletop Simulator.
So
If I had unlimited money.
I really want to see, because I've never actually seen this personally, Tabletop Simulator get crowded.
I know.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's the end of Ismark's turn after he makes his 2 attacks successfully. Bella Sunbane, it's her turn. Ooh, she has a fancy line. She looks over at Connie and Jonelle and just weaves her hands together, and this crackling energy forms between her hands as she thrusts outward and casts a lightning bolt at Connie and Jonelle. I need both of you to make a dexterity save.
Yeah.
Can it
Seriously?
please be a
Sorry.
strength saving throw?
Oh.
Did
No,
you
it's
say
dexterity.
lightning bolt?
I did.
Natural 20 is
Oh.
fine.
At Connie and Jonelle, not at Valis.
I don't care who.
The fact that she's
I'm
casting
responsible
lightning
for this
bolt.
party's health.
It's 25
I rolled a
points.
natural 20. I'm
did.
sorry.
That is 25 points of lightning damage. Connie, you take half. Janelle, let me make
Taking in
sure.
the teeth.
35, you said?
25.
25.
So you take 12.
Thank you.
Yeah, Janelle, you just barely missed the DC. You take it right to the teeth.
Oh, wow, that really hurt.
Yeah, so fun fact, when all of the hags in a coven are together, they get a combined extra amount of spell slots and spells that they can cast. They're all using the same pool of spells and spell slots, but it's bigger and more dangerous.
Yep. Which is why we need to kill this one really, really quick, because then they lose all of that.
Yeah, when one of the hags dies, the entire coven loses those spells. Connie, you're up.
I'm down to 6 hit points.
We need to kill that. We need to kill one of these hags.
What you got, Connie?
Right. So, woman in the middle who Valis and I have been trying to hit,
Yep.
I'm gonna hit her.
Go for it. That hits. You have,
Nice.
you have advantage. See if you get a critical hit.
Oh, sorry. I'll just click it again.
No?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Okay, 15
Plus
slashing
4
damage.
radiant damage.
4 radiant damage. Okay, that's going to be 7 and 4. It's going to be 11. All right, and okay. Valis, I believe that is your turn then.
Yes, it is. So first I will do the spiritual weapon attack. And it's on again. It's on the one in between.
Okay. You get advantage on that. Natural 20.
Mwah.
Damage.
And the disadvantage roll for the record was a 19
Yeah.
Hallelujah starts playing in the background.
for 20.
20 points of
That
force
was
damage.
double 8.
Hallelujah.
And then after
Jeremy,
rolling
what
like
are
this,
you doing today?
24.
So I have a theory. This is where all of the luck that got streams canceled this week went.
We just funneled it all into Jeremy's rolls for today.
now watch. Jeremy's gonna start walking down. Valis is gonna walk down the stairs, trip, and like take like 20 points of falling damage as he goes tumbling down the stairs.
Probably. But now I know that I know that we have somebody who's really injured, but this bitch between us needs to die real hard. So I'm going to also Valis is kind of a one-track minded individual at times, so sorry.
Totally understand.
Okay, Jonelle just needs to get out of that line.
I mean,
24?
That hits. Roll damage. I think you're gonna kill her at this.
you can
24
parkour back down the stairs if you need to.
Yeah, no.
24 necrotic damage with 3d10.
Yeah, so you just had your hand on this hag's throat the entire time. And as you just keep clutching, this black energy races across her form, and her entire form just turns gray and turns to ash in your grip.
1 down, 2 to go.
I'm averaging a 16.38 so far.
And with that, there is a pulse of energy that releases from this hag as the two remaining look at their hands and realize they just lost a good portion of their magic. And then they look up. Well,
And
shit.
I look over at the one who got fucking shanked with my bastard sword, is like, next.
The one who is on the top of the stairs looks at her sister. No. And she casts plane shift.
Does plane shift work in Barovia?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is a spell that we
you're
will
going to get
never
access
have.
to.
Yeah, it is a spell that we will never have access to because Curse of Strahd goes up to level like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having access to plane shift level magic would solve a lot of the Barovia problems. Players don't get that.
My turn?
Morgantha's dead. Maria.
Hey, there's one on the stairs.
Yes, there is.
I'm going to use my bonus action to concentrate on Wrathful Smite. And
Also, your hex target dies, so you regain some hit points.
I do. That's right. Ha ha! This time I actually get the hit points. I regain hit points equal to my Warlock level, which is 4, plus my Charisma modifier, which is 5. I regain
9 hit points.
9 hit points, which actually puts me back to full. Yay! All right. Yeah. No. Normal. Not advantage, and not curse, but does an 11 hit?
That 11 misses.
I'm gonna step over here.
Step on the pile of ash that was the hag.
Just use my feet to sort of see if there's anything interesting left behind, and that's my turn.
All right, Jonelle, you're up.
Okay, so leaning against the wall, going out. I'm gonna attack this hag with Sunbolt as well, and I'm going to use one more key point.
All right.
Other way with the arrow to make 3 attacks. 15? Or that
Does a 15 hit?
does a hit 15 hit?
Waiting for William.
Yes, that hits.
Yeah.
No, sorry, no, it doesn't. Sorry,
Oh.
15 does not.
Ooh.
22.
22.
So their AC is somewhere between 15 and 22.
It's 17.
And a critical hit for the 3rd attack.
Yes.
For another 8.
All right.
Sun Soul Monks.
And, yeah, moving this way.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to make a Dragon Ball Z game, all your characters have to be Sun Soul Monks.
I mean,
Piccolo could be argued for a sorcerer.
Yeah.
there's a lot of characters that I argue are different classes, but the ones that scream and fight things are mostly Sun Soul Monks.
All the Saiyans.
So Ismark is going to step over here. And
Technically, Saiyan superpowers come from a lunar cycle.
he's going to step back here, actually. Just to give other people room, and is going to use his heavy crossbow. Which does not quite hit. He wouldn't have been able to hit with anything, really. All right. Then it goes to Bella. Bella, how much more confident are you than your sister?
Her name is Bella.
Her name is Bella Sunbane.
Okay.
Okay, there's no way this came out before Twilight.
No.
It came out after Twilight.
Their names are Bella Sunbane and Ophalia Wormwiggle. Ophalia has gone.
Ophalia Wormwiggle. Wormwiggle's a good last name. I like Wormwiggle. You can trust a Wormwiggle.
Ophalia is about as
Distinctly sounds like a Harry Potter name.
I know, right?
Ophalia is also smart like her sister. Sorry, Bella is also smart like her sister, and she's also going to plane shift.
Her name's Bella. What are you talking about?
Okay, Bella was pretty smart.
I mean, that's a longer debate, but I point out the events of New Moon and rest my case. Anyways,
She was smart and depressed.
Well, it appears that we have achieved our victory here in the mill. I say, looking through the ashes at my feet for anything interesting. As I let the pack blade dissipate.
Also, I find it weird that of all the hags, night hags are considered fiends.
I think most are not all the hags.
Most hags are
fiends?
fey.
Are they
Most
fey?
hags are fey.
Oh, interesting.
Night
Anyways.
hags for some reason are fiends, but yeah.
Is there
They do
anything in
not-
the ashes?
There does not appear to be anything in the ashes, no.
Dust my hands off. Well, in addition to ridding the town of the child-stealing monster, we also, I believe the cards we were read pointed us to this mill as a place of knowledge. We should look around and see what we can find.
Jonelle would kind of sit down on the ground going, oh, give me a moment to take a little breather.
I will go over and pat Jonelle on the head, and in doing so, heal you for 11.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Connie will poke her head up the stairs just to make sure there's no other hags hanging out.
Okay, so you go from area 2 to area 3. I think. Yes.
I can't physically go up the stairs because it's a different version of the tower, I assume.
Yep. You go up to here.
Well,
Area 3.
do I see anything?
Yes. In the center, okay, this is you enter a cramped circular room, in which there are in a rotting wooden closet are 3 crates stacked one atop another with small doors set into them. Next to the closet is a heap of discarded clothing. A ladder climbs to a wooden trapdoor in the 9-foot high ceiling, and a moldy bed with a tattered canopy stands nearby.
All right. I'm gonna start with like the bed, and you said like a desk or something.
Yes.
Just root through those, see if I can find anything.
The bed, there are 6 pieces of jewelry. It looks like this is where the hags obviously don't use the bed for sleeping because they're hags. But they seem to store their treasure in it, and as you dig through the mattress stuffed into the moldy straw mattress, you find 6 pieces of jewelry, which are worth 25 gold pieces each.
Are any of them very pretty?
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It specifically
what
says
are
there
the
are.
aesthetics?
It specifically says 6 pieces of cheap jewelry,
Ah,
Okay.
worth 25 gold each.
Do
So
any of them
probably
involve
not.
spikes?
Probably at least one of them, yes.
Okay. Connie is going to like look around, look up at the sky, decide a ceiling is probably sufficient hiding, and slip the one that's spiky into her bag.
All right.
Someone is opening.
yeah, Jeff, your mic is picking up all of that sound.
Wow, really?
Yep,
I didn't think my mic was that sensitive.
it is.
Sorry about that.
Fine. And you said there was chests, a roof, and something else.
Yes. There are a bunch of crates with small doors set into them.
Okay.
And if there's nothing else to find on the floor that we're on, like just sort of doing a look around, then I'll be heading up the stairs too.
I was gonna say at
Yeah.
that point I'll probably wait for the others to catch up.
Yeah, if there's...
So yeah, quick glance around this level, see if there's anything of note or interest. I don't know if you want us to roll or not, but aside from that, heading up.
Is this millstone actually been used, or is it just...
Roll me an investigation check, actually, if you're looking at the millstone.
9.
Sure.
11.
Hold on. I do not have advantage.
Here
on this.
comes Phallus with the 20. No.
6.
Damn it.
We're out of combat now. He's back to normal.
Phallus the Terminator is not good at finding things, really.
So, Jonelle, as you kind of dig down and look at the powder that's kind of spread across the ground, it's really white and chalky. This is powdered bone.
Kind of like feel it between my fingers, like, we're not gonna let this windmill stand after we're done here.
That would not have been the intention, no. Why? Did you find, were they powdering bones to make their bread or something?
Pretty much, yes.
I hate it when I make a joke and it turns out to be true. This is very upsetting.
Valis looks over at me. You were joking?
Yes, I was joking. I don't know how hags work.
Me neither. But that is something I might assume a hag would do.
Connie, are you inspecting the crates?
No. For the crates, I am specifically waiting until someone who can do trap stuff. Actually, give me a second.
I'm heading up the stairs.
No, I'm fine. Yes, I'm gonna open the crates or investigate the crates. Investigate first.
We get up to like head height up the stairs and there's an explosion.
So
Hey, it's fine. I'm the tank.
you knock on one of the crates and there is an immediate motion inside as something like shuffles to the back end of the crate.
Okay. Check for traps.
Roll me investigation.
This is where they
17.
keep the kids.
Doesn't seem to be trapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and open these.
Yeah, they're not locked. Well, they are locked, but it's like a bolt lock that you can
I have a great sword.
Don't use a great sword to open the crates where the kids are.
I'm just using it on the lock.
But no, it's a bolt lock on the outside. You can easily just lift it, pull it, and so you open it, and yeah, there are in each of these crates there is a small child that looks like they have been kind of not given a whole lot of food, like they've just been kind of kept in here.
Connie's gonna look to her book, decide this is probably not the time to try and find a relevant quote, and the creatures have gone. Are you all right?
One of them kind of looks up at you fearfully, and the others they ground them up. They were gonna do us next.
Maria?
All right, the rest of you heading up the stairs.
I'm on the way up the stairs.
Yeah, head on.
The rest of you get
And
up.
Connie's response to this, she looks like genuinely she wants to say something and just goes, Maria! Over the stairs.
I come up. Do I see the...
Yeah, you see the scene.
Oh, hello, my darlings. And I come over and I'll sort of crouch down and sort of lean down so I can look in the crates. You can come out now. The hags have been driven off. They will not be bothering you anymore.
The two children kind of slowly crawl their way out of the crates that they had been kept in.
I will reach into my bag and pull out some rations and give them to both of them.
They take them and eat. They haven't eaten in a long time.
Where are you from?
We're from Barovia.
From Barovia? All right, very much. We can take you back to Barovia if you want. We could also take you to a slightly more safer place if you would like.
I don't know where my mommy and daddy are.
Are they still in Barovia? Do you know? Were they there when you last saw them?
They disappeared. I don't know where they are.
Okay. Tell you what. There is a very lovely place in the valley nearby that has nice high walls and a bunch of very friendly birds. We will take you there. We will make sure you're safe, and then we will look for your parents, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Here, eat your food. You'll be fine.
They go back into their rations.
and I'll sort of guide them into a corner, and then look at the others. I will keep them company if you would like to look around for whatever it is we need to find here. We are looking for knowledge of some kind.
Looking around the room, is there?
There is
like that.
so aside from that, aside from the bed and the crate, there is a ladder that climbs to a wooden trapdoor in the 9-foot high ceiling.
Connie will distribute 4 of us. Evenly distribute the gold. I don't feel like doing math right now.
That would be 6 divided by 4. Is not going to come out evenly, but 1.5 each. Yeah.
1.5 necklaces.
1.5 25 gold necklaces. Yep.
So equivalent of 37.5 gold each.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother making you sell those. We'll assume that you sell them when you get back to town.
So that's 37 gold and 5 silver.
5
each.
silver each. Yeah.
I am keeping one of mine in whatever it is form.
In jewelry form, probably
Yeah.
it's probably like a jeweled bracelet that has like spikes on the outside of it. It's a punk armband.
A jeweled
It's
punk armband.
specifically from the discount rack at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those
Some realm that had Hot Topic.
It's one of those where it's one of the buy 2 get 1 free bands. This is the one that was free.
No, it's worth 25 gold. That is not nothing.
Yeah, but the other 2 were also worth 25 gold.
Is anyone going up the ladder?
I would go up I'll go up the ladder. See what's
Alright.
up there.
Jodell goes up the ladder. We never see him again.
Body comes tumbling down without a head.
Oh no, just the mists roll through and you're gone.
Alright. You've reached the windmill's peak, a domed chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around. Light slips into this attic through small holes in the walls. And off in the corner, you see a bird's nest or like a pile of dust that has a large black tome sticking out of it.
I think you found the knowledge.
Gingerly pick up the tome, dust it off, flip it open. Do I understand anything that it says?
Give me 1 second.
Make a wisdom save.
Because we are in Curse of Strahd, it is inevitably going to turn out that this thing is made of flesh.
I mean, most books are made of flesh. It's just a question of whose flesh.
All right,
Sentient
well,
flesh.
so you pick it up. It's black. It's looked black in the light. It's actually a dark brown. It's a large, heavy, dark brown tome, with a silver iron or like a gray iron band across the surface that is closed but not locked, and marked with this symbol of a winged raven atop the crest of a shield on the front of it. And you flip it open and decide to read it?
Yeah, just kind of skim through. Is it written in a language I can understand?
Yeah, it's written in common. As you flip it open, it comes to a specific pair of pages. And as you read it, you find that Strahd's voice slowly begins to fill your mind as if narrating this passage that I took to everything. I am the angel. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God. But the war years and the killing years brought down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and my strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people of a just
Uh,
God.
Jeremy, your
None.
keystrokes are cutting William off.
I'm sorry.
I know. I was just, if you could
No, I know.
hit the mute button.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the.
In the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient throne, brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty, who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words, she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, the brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I had made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light that I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I've often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs so that none may disturb me. That is the end of the passage that you have found.
Meanwhile, downstairs, just entertaining the children.
Yep. What do you do with this tome, Jonelle?
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted, Jeff.
There you go. First, just kind of tuck it under my arm and look. Is there anything else up here?
Other than the tome, it seems to be pretty stark and abandoned.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make my way back down. I found this. It seems to be a bit of a journal of what happened with Strahd when he came to this land.
I'll hold my hand out. May I read it?
Yeah, pass it over.
Flip open. Speed read.
Yeah, that same voice seems to narrate the tome.
It's
as
just
you read
it's
it.
just on fast forward for me.
Yeah, it's just on slightly fast forward.
Okay. I see.
Okay, now
Yes.
I'm imagining Strahd with like an Alvin and the Chipmunks voice.
Yeah. Yes, well then I guess we must find this blade. Yeah. I guess we must find this blade then. This should be potentially useful. It is good to know that the stakes that we used on the previous vampires will also work on him to
But-
paralyze. That is good to know. I don't know why
It
I'm
will not
talking like
kill
him.
it. It will not kill him, though.
I know. They did not kill the other vampires either. They simply immobilized, and then we stab until dead. Stake to heart, stab until dead. That is the plan. But stab until dead with brother's sword. That'll be good. Now we simply have to find... I imagine that the sword is what we will find... Let me pull back up my character sheet that has my notes in it. I imagine the sword is what we will find in the castle.
Yes, the
There are
fortune
two
teller
things you'll
said
find in
that.
the castle.
Yes. Though perhaps we will need to find this lone Vestani at St. Markovia's Abbey first. Still, was there anything else up there in the attic?
Not much. It was pretty empty, dusty,
Okay.
little old bird's nest.
Let us away from this dreadful place. Let us take these children to a safe place and leave nothing standing in our wake. Are we all
Alright.
agreed?
Yes, we cannot. The hags will return eventually. We
Connie
cannot
will
let
hold
this
her
place
hand
stand.
out for the book.
I'll hand it over to Connie.
She'll also read through it quickly. Hand it to Valis.
Sorry, what?
We found a book with Strahd's explanation of how he got really friend zoned, and now he's angry about it.
Right.
Strahd.
So yeah,
Strahd is a Strahd's an incel. We've discovered.
seriously, I realize this is like classic gothic whatever, but it's basically this girl friend zoned me so, and I was so upset I vampired over it.
I mean, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah. So I'm handing it to the anti-vampire cleric for safekeeping.
And then we also learned that basically his brother's sword will kill him or will harm him. Apparently, he reacts to stakes the same way other vampires do. They don't kill him, but it'll paralyze him. And then I think that was all the
Usual sunlight.
sunlight, obviously, yeah. And that he sleeps. We learned that he sleeps underneath the castle, not in the castle, and he has sealed off the stairs that lead down to where he sleeps. So it may not be as dangerous to go into the castle as we thought previously.
I mean, I feel like there's still like potentially dangerous stuff in there.
It'll still be very dangerous, yes, but we
there's
won't.
a chance that we can get in without running into his Strahd.
Yes, we won't necessarily stumble into Strahd. It's not one of those things where you turn the corner in the castle and there's Strahd.
I just imagine running into Strahd in his bathrobe and slippers, holding a cup of coffee.
Isn't the like final battle location specifically under the castle?
In the tomb of a man Strahd envies, which I think, which also we have now determined, I think, to be his brother with that information.
Yeah, we
His
know
brother's tomb.
it's his brother who was presumably a decent person and thus got the girl.
So we now know that his brother's sword is somewhere in the castle. Our last fight will be in his brother's tomb. We still don't know what the holy item is. But we at least know what part of what we're looking for in the castle. So yes, let us retreat for now, burn this mill to the ground, and head back to the village, whose name I cannot remember. Valaki. Head back to Valaki. Get these children safely to Valaki.
Any objections? Anyone have anything else to add?
No.
No.
I am all for burning this place to the ground.
I will leave the burning of the place to you three, and I will take the children. I will lead the children out of the mill.
We should probably not cut across the fast route when we have children with us.
At the same time, if we take the long route, will it be dark by the time we get back?
Let's see. You left by what time did you leave in the morning?
It was fairly early, I think. Shortly after
Basically
sunrise.
immediately.
Yeah, shortly after sunrise.
Yeah, so with sunrise you left.
Crossed through the woods, which only took a couple hours.
Yeah, it would have taken crossing through the woods took about half the time it would have taken.
Yeah.
So, 1 second. You went about 1.8 miles versus going 3.3, 1.5 versus going almost 5 miles on foot. So yeah, it's only been about 4 hours since you left.
So if we move swiftly, then yes, the road will take us back before nightfall. Yes, I agree. The road will be the safer place with the children.
All right.
So I take the kids outside and wait for the rest of the party to burn the mill down.
Yeah, look over fast. Do you have anything to burn this thing down with, or we just start a little bonfire?
Let's see. So there's straw and shit, right?
There's a
Yep.
bed.
There's a lot of moldy straw sitting around and definitely bone meal.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Connie will pull out a tinderbox.
Yep, that's exactly what
Yeah,
I
if you
was
want.
gonna do. I do not actually have any fire.
Pull out the tinderbox and swipe right.
I don't think I'm even disappointed at this point. I just expect it.
That took me a second. And I'm like, oh god.
Oh, I have fun.
So
Swipe
yes,
right to express an attraction to fire.
we use
Exactly, you
the
swipe right and it
bedding
gets hot.
material to burn down the mill.
Valis used Tinder to set the bed on fire.
And swiftly moving on, William, do we encounter anything in the forest on our way back?
On
Yeah,
the
no,
road.
you set the windmill on fire. There's a burning windmill now.
Yep.
Well, that's
Connie
that's
will
Dark Souls
leave-
reference.
Probably like attached. You said there was like a signpost or something out front.
Yes.
Connie will take a piece of paper and leave. We don't recommend using this for food. It seems like it's been contaminated with sentient body parts. Just in the sign.
Also, in the distance, near the edge of the forest, you guys didn't notice on your way in because of the way the forest obscured it. There's a series of 4 like giant stone pillars that are arranged in sort of a compass formation.
Around the
Sorry.
mill.
Can I like investigate that or
No,
something?
like they're near the edge of the forest.
Oh.
Say that again.
Within sight of the mill, as you're exiting the mill, you can see there are these 4 giant stone like obelisks that are in like a compass rose formation.
So Valis is walking
Okay.
this way, and then diverts.
With the two kids. Valis, where are you going?
Checking something out.
All right, let me pull up the megaliths.
Just like walking with two kids. It's like, where are we going? What's going on?
So yeah, they're
Perhaps not bring the
I will.
children.
I will. What's the name of the person who's with us? Fuck name.
Ismark.
Ismark, would you please entertain the kids for a minute?
Yes, of course. Children, come.
And-
Let's make our way to the road and wait for the others, shall we?
You go there. I go this way.
So yeah, there are 4 massive ancient stone megaliths, basically, that are arranged in this circular compass formation. On top of one of them, there's a raven that is slowly pecking at something, like not trying to take bites out of it, just like jabbing it with its beak.
Is there a map we should be seeing?
No,
Okay.
it's just a thing. Like this raven is like standing on top of one of these large stones and kind of like pecking at it with its beak, pecking at something on top of it with its beak. The thing is like 15 feet tall though, so it's hard to tell what it's doing.
Can I just climb up there?
Yeah, you can make me an athletics check.
Cool. Connie will slip off her back, tie the fancy part of her robe around her waist, and start climbing.
Examining the pillars, looking at the
21.
southernmost one first.
21. You climb the pillar that has the stuff on it, and you find that the raven is standing on top of this pillar, is pecking at what looks to be a pastry, and around the pastry is a small pile of teeth that look very much like children's teeth. And the raven isn't taking bites out of this pastry, it's just pecking at it. Like it doesn't like it sitting there.
Connie will pull out the tinder box that she has from before, look at the raven, like asking for permission.
The raven kind of looks at you and squawks and then flutters away from the stuff that it is.
Strike a match, burn it.
You burn the pastry. What about the children's teeth that are sitting on it? They're sitting on top of
Oh,
the thing.
I was
Those don't
assuming
burn.
that the pastry was full of children's teeth.
No, the pastry, there's a pastry and then a pile of children's teeth.
Do I know by any chance the burial rituals that would be associated with someone whose
children's
teeth
teeth?
are...
Not
Well,
really.
someone who's doesn't really have a full body left to bury, or...
Usually you bury as much of it as you can.
Okay.
There's also a grave cleric at the bottom of this monolith. Did you know?
Yeah, well, that... If it wasn't more efficient to just burn it with the pastry, that was the thought. Though I'm not... Connie will never admit that. Just the thought. But I can be just as good of a cleric as the person with a wisdom score. So yeah, Connie will burn the pastry, collect the teeth.
And Janelle, as you're inspecting, each of these moss-covered stones bears a crude carving of a city, each of which seems to be associated with a different season. The city of winter is shown to be covered with snow, the city of spring is arrayed in flowers, the city of summer has a sunburst overhead, and the city of autumn is covered with leaves.
Autumn. What's it stand for? Leaves.
Now, are these the depictions on each of the pillars, or these are all 4 sides of one pillar?
One is on each pillar.
Okay.
It's, winter, spring, summer, autumn.
looking around, do they by any chance coincide with like the equinox and solstices on the different positions?
Yeah, actually,
Like,
they
what side would
like
be-
if you were sort of equating the year as a circle, each of the stones is positioned at where the season would start, basically. Where like the summer stone is placed at the summer equinox, or at the summer solstice. The autumn stone is placed at the autumn equinox. Winter stone is placed at the winter solstice, and spring stone is placed at the spring equinox.
And noticing that Connie has lit a fire at the top of one of these. What are you burning?
So once I'm confident that burned, Connie will sort of cup the teeth, bring them down.
Just sweep the ash off the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So pile of still faintly smoldering but definitely burnt out ash tumbles off the top of one of these.
I'm a
megaliths.
barbarian. I'll burn my hand a bit. Wah, wah. Yeah, Connie will walk down or climb down. And pull out the book, scan through. It falls to the faithful to help those who have died tragically or young to find rest.
It was a body up there?
Scoot through the book a few times. Even that which is necessary can be befouled by darkness.
I'm not following, Connie.
There. Should we check
Connie
the other?
will just blankly look at you. Probably try and hand the teeth off to Valis.
It's like
Sees the teeth. Should we be checking the other obelisks for more?
And
Probably.
give Maria a short bow. I sincerely apologize. These are the words of the church.
That's why I'm confused. Okay, that's fine.
And then to Janelle, who I almost called Balin for some reason. The guardian of this place's displeasure was expressed. It behooves us to listen to the words of other faiths, even if they be not our own.
And you do notice there are several ravens that sort of circle overhead as you look around.
Oh, kind of, sort of nod at Connie and go, okay, so if I think we should check to see if there's more.
Connie will roll her eyes, climb up to the next one.
You climb up, and you can see the tops of the other ones from the top of any one, and the rest of them are clear. It just seems like that one was specifically left to desecrate this whole site, basically.
Looking around while Connie is climbing things, I just want to look around and see what's the purpose of this site. Can I tell?
Make me a religion check, I suppose.
Religion. The thing Maria only tangentially cares about. Blam.
You have no idea.
4. Valis. Just like in that it's really hard to think about this stuff tone. Valis. What is this place for?
Ooh. 22.
Alright, you're not familiar with these particular depictions or what they might represent, but these, first, the megaliths have stood here for a long time. They're ancient and covered in moss. You can tell that they've been here probably long before that, like since that windmill was actually like before that windmill was even operational. But you can tell that these don't appear to be the same city in a different season. They seem to be a different city devoted to that season. And while you can't tell exactly what the purpose of them specifically is, you can tell that the city of Spring has some of the, or is it Summer? I want to check. Yeah, City of Summer has some of the iconography of the Morning Lord associated with it.
Once I'm done climbing pillars for Janelle, can I cast my once a day detect good and evil?
Sure. This site was until previously desecrated by evil with that particular stain upon it. However, now that it is cleared, it does bear a faint, not quite hallowed, but definitely goodly presence.
All right. And there doesn't happen to be an undead under our feet or anything.
No.
Okay.
Well, this has been fascinating. Is there anything else we need to do here?
You guys.
That's what I'm asking of them.
Ovia, there is more her to cleanse of this hag's doing.
There is indeed. And we will do so when we return to Barovia. But first, we have small ones who need protection. Also, I think it has... Potentially, we will also be looking into our interestingly armed friend, Sigard.
As you try and fish for his name.
No, that's just how Maria is referring to him because it's a pun. Because he has a demon arm. Interestingly
Not
armed.
a pun. That's not even close to being a pun. I, of all people, am disappointed in the name of puns.
It's a play on word.
Let us get these kids.
No,
to safe
it is indeed a pun, because differently armed, as in weaponry, or also armed.
That can be a play on words. That is not a pun.
Let's get these children to safety.
To the roads!
All right, so you make your way to the road where Ismark is just kind of like playing with the kids. As you all approach, kind of stands up. All right, are we ready to get moving? Are we heading to Vallaki then?
Yes, back to Vallaki.
Yes.
Let's make our way through the road, shall we?
Indeed.
And you make your way as you're not moving through the forest, and you're only moving for like a couple, like 6 hours, maybe. I think probably 6 to 8 hours. Let me see.
It was 5 hours. What was it?
Yeah, something like that. Let me see.
Do we encounter another ghost at the gate? Because we have to pass through that gate again.
No, actually, the gate is over. Let me get my.
Yeah, no, there's the gate at
the gate's over here. You guys are over here.
We're still on the windmill.
Yeah, the windmill's right here. Oh,
no,
sorry.
No. We're still on the windmill map.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mirror. Gonna faintly move to the Taraka board for a second. Yeah. The windmill's right here. The gate was over here.
Oh, that's right. For some reason I thought there was a gate over here. Oh. Back to Vallaki.
Let me see if this calls for an encounter roll or not. Yeah. I'll say no for now, just because I'm looking for the page.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way back to the town of Valaki, and you do eventually. Yes, you manage to head back into town. Where are you headed in Valaki?
I believe the innkeeper at the place that you are staying might be able to arrange for a safe harbor for these children,
Children.
Indeed.
as he is connected to the whatever the
Keepers of
name
the
of
Feather.
the Keepers of the Feather. That one.
Yeah. I know.
Keepers of the Feather. I should actually write that down. So back to the inn. Yes.
All right. Head back to the Blue Water Inn.
Yep.
It is just starting to get dark at this point, I would say.
Mhm.
So as you guys re-enter the town, you find, or the inn, you find that it is bustling with people.
I will sort of with a hand on the shoulders of both of the kids, just sort of steer them over towards the bar, and lean over to the barkeep. Hello again.
The barkeep is actually a woman who is who looks about the same age as Erwin. Looks over at the group as you enter. Ah, friends, welcome.
Is Erwin around?
Yes, my husband is around.
Simply, we'll say, indicating the children. We have a pair of unfortunate children who have been separated from their parents, and we were hoping to find a safe place for them to stay until they can be found.
Yes, of course. Octavio, here's your drink, and she kind of slides a drink over to the monocled man at the who is sitting at the bar, or the spectacled man sitting at the bar, and kind of steps around the side of the bar to sort of help the children, and sort of takes them both, kind of puts a hand on both their shoulders. All right, two of you, let's get you a place to sleep for the night, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with you in the morning. Shall we?
Before the kids leave, I'm gonna go up to each of them, just kind of pat them on the head and going, "You will be safe here. They will watch over you." And I'm going to give each of them 5 gold pieces and just go shh as I like put it into their pocket.
They look at you and they offer a little bit, as much of a grin as someone who has just been through extreme trauma can, and holds onto it tightly and kind of like puts it into their pockets and
I'll let them know. I'll let them and be nice to the ravens when you see them outside.
And Danica, she kind of looks at, yes, we must never harm a raven. The ravens are our protectors. And she says as she walks them further into the inn and up the stairs.
Look at the other 3. Well, that was a fruitful adventure. Well, we now know. We have several things on our plate, I believe, currently. I think the next step that we need to pursue is more information.
About
Several things. About our interestingly armed friend, about St. Markovius Abbey, where exactly it is. We apparently have an ally that will be there at some point in time. But at the very least, I do not know where St. Markovius Abbey is.
It seems that if it's a abbey of any kind of decent size, people will know where it is. They might not want to go there, but they should know where it is. We can ask the father at the church here. He at least should be able to know.
That would be Father Petrovich. Yes, Father Petrovich would be a good person to ask in the morning, perhaps. But is there anything we want to do investigatively tonight?
Mm, I don't think so.
Um,
No.
Well then, shall we retire for the evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is a yes
Okay.
then.
I think
Okay. So you all take a long rest then.
Yep. During the long rest, like sort of before I go to sleep, I do want to like sort of open the window and look out and see if I can find any of those intelligent birds.
I mean, they're literally perched on top of that. So
Yeah. I look up. Hey, excuse me. I have a question. See if any of them respond.
one of the ravens looks down at you, and after a moment of recognition, seems to flutter down onto the windowsill.
I have a question. What do you know, if anything, of Isaac Strasny?
There's a pause, and after a moment, the raven flutters into the room, and making sure the door is shut first, transforms into that sort of half raven, half man form. And looks at the group of you. So you seek information on the man of the Burgermeister.
Yes, he seems to be particularly, how would you say, curious and potentially not quite trustworthy. There have been people going, apparently, when people disagree with the Burgermeister, he deals with them, and just curious what you might know if this is a threat that needs to be dealt with.
Trust is the last thing that should be placed in Isaac Strasny. The man is soulless, vicious, a killer, as cold as any.
Is he someone
Sorry, who is this again?
who is...
guy with the demon
The guy with
hand
yeah.
who works for the festival.
Right.
Yes, Isaac Strasny is the captain of the guard.
My next choke slam victim. Got it.
The one who doesn't know how to do basic investigation.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know if he is behind the people who have been going missing as of late?
I doubt very much that he has the capacity for such cunning. He is a brute, a dangerous one, and one who relishes the act of pain and killing, but I do not suspect him to be a mastermind of anything.
Do you suspect he may be working with other forces to undermine the safety of this town?
No, he is a dog in the service of the Burgermeister. He is soulless, malicious. I would even use the term evil, but I doubt he is an agent of the Devil Strahd.
Flipping through fuck. Might I inquire if you use the term soulless from a practical religious standpoint or as an illustration of human nature?
Look into his eyes and tell me if you can see the light of a soul within.
Not if I squeeze hard enough.
And there's like that very barbarian moment of just
So I follow up then. Would his presence or lack thereof be missed by the town? Is he useful,
Wow.
or is he
The
something that
Baron
can be dealt with?
The Baron would note his disappearance immediately. He is his right-hand man.
Hmm.
Also,
What
that
about
arm Well, let's just say that arm didn't appear until years of doing Baron Vlakovich's dirty work.
Yes, there is something amiss there. Well then. I doubt he is someone whom we can simply walk up to and punch until he is no longer there. I really would like to know what he is
We could
capable of.
try.
We could try, but then he is also the captain of the guard, which means that the guard would be honor bound to defend him, and then we would have to deal with the guard of the city, and that would be a problem. As the guardians and watchers of the city, do you know if there is ever a time when he is outside the walls?
No, he acts as the personal brute and enforcer of the Burgermeister. The Burgermeister keeps him either at his side as often as he can, or out punishing those who need to be kept in line.
We will have to deal with these sometime or another, but I feel like we'll have to deal with the Burgermeister as well at some point or not at some point in the future.
When is the next festival supposed to start?
A warning
Okay.
as well. I have noticed Izek Strasny giving suspicious glares to the woman that you have brought here to keep safe. Irina?
I'm sorry, who was doing this?
Isaac Strasny.
He seems to have a
He
seems
Yes.
to have a fixation upon her.
So Ismark's sister may not be safe, is what you're saying.
We are watching over her, but I would not put it past him to attempt something rash.
If I pull hard enough, the arm is no longer a problem.
Yes, we will get to that, Valis. We will get to that. That is in the future. That is not now.
I'm sorry, he has a one-track mind, and that track is killing the guilty.
Do you happen to know where does Isaac live in the Burgermeister's estate?
Yes.
So we will have to so
I'm sure it would. When the time comes, drawing him out won't be a problem.
no, desperately what we need is to get around and investigate the Burgermeister's estate.
Surely there must.
Never mind. I can't say that. Though it's on. Sometimes it is prudent to utilize capacity and permissions already granted to ensure the beauty of the world.
Yes, we do have permission to wander the lower floors of the Burgermeister's estates already. It's the upper floors that I am concerned with.
I'm
And the creepy murder basement?
Also, the
Oh,
creepy
wait,
murder.
it's a creepy murder attic.
No, it's a
Never mind.
it's a creepy murder attic.
Right.
It's the upper floors.
I'm curious. Is there anybody within this town who would be... He seems to have most everybody under his yoke. Are there anyone that we can rely on for potential help should we decide to...
Well, Izek Strasny has put the fear of the devil in most every Valachian with that arm that can conjure flame, but the keepers of the feather are at your side.
What of these? I have heard tell of others that do not agree with the mayor, with the Burgermeister. The Wolf brothers are two, I believe, who have been said before. Are they allies of yours, or are they something else?
That's a good question. I believe there was a commentary about that one. Let me make sure I know exactly what I'm going to say before I do.
Yay, factions!
Do the Wolf brothers
There's a
ally?
lot of faction interaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the Wolf brothers ally with the keepers of the feather, then perhaps we shall meet with them and tomorrow as well.
The Wolf Hunters are actually below.
It's just literally the Brothers Grimm. Like, it's just literally the Brothers Grimm in town. Like, yeah, no, we hunt wolves and other shit too. Got crossbows, got holy oil, got stakes, got holy hand grenades. Trust me, you don't want to be near when those go off.
Zoldar Zoldarovich and Yevgeny Krushkin are downstairs if you would wish to speak with them. They are not associated with the Keepers of the Feather, but they are decent men. I wouldn't say good men, but not bad men.
Quite frankly, there are very few men who I would say will be good as well, so no offense. They may also be allies in this particular endeavor we seek to undergo. Well then, we have the keepers at our side, for which we are grateful and appreciative. We have these wolf brothers, wolf hunters, whom we can speak with. And then we also have Father Petrovich in the morning to speak with regarding St. Markovia's Abbey. I believe that is a good amount of things on our plate.
There's also...
The Wachters also, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's a large list of other things we've promised to do for people at some point.
Oh, yes, that would be the one thing the Warian mentions. There is one family that very loudly and brazenly opposes the Burgermeister, and that would be the Wachters.
Are they your allies, or no?
Yes.
Similar to the wolves?
Are not. But they can be counted upon to speak out against the Burgermeister.
That makes sense.
How have they... And the Hand of Flame does not harm them?
Well, the Wachters are quite proficient at protecting themselves, and the Burgermeister knows that it would be a costly battle to attempt to silence them, shall we say.
Good.
Well then. In the morning, we seek out allies and information in our journey to make Valaki that much safer from the elements around.
Yes, to quote our Burgermeister, all will be well.
When you say it, it is far more creepy. No offense. It must be the beak. It must be the beak. Thank you, my friend. If we need further... does anyone have any other questions they would like to ask before we let our friend go back to their job?
No.
Not at this time.
Would the... how can she phrase this? What was the name of the other noble family, William?
The Wachter family? Wachther.
Would the Wachters have potentially sheltered those who flee the Burgermeister?
I'm uncertain. They aren't talkative folk to most, but the Wachter brothers are below in the tavern.
I may go speak with some people tonight.
Mm.
The tavern is where I most shine in making friends.
Oh, he is better than Velas going to talk to him.
What do you know? What do you know?
No, Velas, it would be. I understand you I understand you oppose the Burgermeister. Tell me everything.
Connie will to Maria. I wish you all of the fortune in the world in finding new allies, and I hope you uphold the standards of beauty as you do so.
Everything I do is beautiful.
I look through the book a little more. Finds what she's looking for.
What is the appropriate where's the appropriate quote for bullshit?
Not exactly. Those who are so confident in their beauty, you may find it lost when the goddess's grace wanders away from them.
Shrug.
The passage
You might be
don't
pretty.
get cocky.
You can still get fucked up.
Oh yeah.
This
And then you're
passage
not
for
pretty.
don't get cocky.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I'm gonna head downstairs
All right. You head down the stairs.
because, in fact, the world does revolve around me.
That's fair.
That's my flaw.
All right. So, well, everyone else is presumably up in your room, so we'll put you guys there. Yes, Mark will be staying with his sister. All right. So,
What were the name of the wolf hunters as well?
Zoldar and Yevgeny. Or Yevgeny. Let me make sure I got that right.
Did you spell that?
Yes.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Let me type them out.
Zoldar. That's what I'm assuming
No.
for Zoldar.
No.
See, already got it wrong.
This is very Russian. Do you think that it's going to be simple to spell?
It's got all
Curse of
those.
Strahd, the spelling bee.
SZ. I was almost right. There was just a random silent S at the beginning.
It has all those characters that look like the buttons on a calculator that no one uses.
Zoldar and Zodarovich. Wow, their parents were not creative.
No, Zoldar Zavarovich is his full name.
Oh, Zoldar
So far.
His father is named Zoldar. He is Zoldar, son of Zoldar.
Zoldar, son of Zoldar.
I
Zoldar-
mean,
Zoldar
He's
Zodarovich.
junior. He's junior.
And then the brothers that were down there were the Wachter brothers.
Yeah, Nikolai Wachter and Karl Wachter.
my name is George Furman. This is my son George Furman. This is my other son George Furman. This is my other son George Furman. This is my other son.
This is my daughter, George Foreman.
And then the other one is Yevgeny Krushkin.
Nikolai and who?
Karl.
Wachter? Karl Wachter?
Yeah.
All right. So, coming down the stairs, I assume that the two very burly mountain men-esque people that don't look like brothers are the wolf hunters.
Yes.
So with all of my first I'll go to the bar. Look over as I pass by. Can I tell what they're drinking, if anything?
The wolf hunters.
Yeah.
They're just kind of nursing a pair of mugs of presumably ale or mead or whiskey. They're just like talking to each other in like very quietly. One of them doesn't seem to be talking a lot. The one with the massive beard doesn't seem to talk a whole lot, but the somewhat younger looking one seems to be doing most of the talking.
I would like to, as I walk by, make a performance check just to have the kind of walk that immediately draws attention from the people that I'm walking past. In that I am wearing leather pants currently.
Mm.
That's a natural one. I fucking trip and fall. Like my shoe gets caught and I wham!
You stumble.
Fuck.
That's one way to get them to
John,
look at you.
to do that,
Yep.
you need to steal the Pharaoh's leather pants.
God damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Sitting next to you at the bar, by the way, is a half-elven gentleman of very colorful appearance. who is sort of having a conversation with Danica as he seems to be curious about the patrons of the bar, as he's just kind of having a drink as he has a quiet conversation with Danica.
I'm just gonna like sort of sit at the end of the bar and then lean over and just sort of like indicate for Danica whenever she has a moment to move over.
She finishes up her conversation. Of course, Octavio. I'll be back whenever you need another drink. And she hands over. So yes, how can I help you?
Yes, I would like 3 drinks, and I'll lean over and then like sort of indicate towards the wolf hunters of whatever it is they're having.
Ah, yes. Well, that will be a silver piece.
I put a silver piece on the table.
She takes the silver piece, pulls out 3 mugs, steps over to one of the casks, fills them up, hands them to you.
Thank you very much. And I will take those 3 and walk straight over and sit down and put them in front of them. Or 2 of them in front of them and 1 in front of me.
Step over, sit down, slide the drinks forward. The 2 of them stop their conversation and look over at you.
I smile.
The short bearded one with the long hair kind of looks up. Yeah, can I help you? And the second one just kind of brusquely interrupts. What do you want?
Well, I was hoping to have a conversation with the 2 of you regarding certain, how would you say, political stances within the city of Alaki. And I say with a smile, and I sort of take the third one that I had gotten that was the same thing that they're drinking, and take a swig and try and hope not to die in front of them.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
13.
You just took a swig of some powerful whiskey.
So it's like it's just.
You handle it. You handle it, but you just took a swig of whiskey.
Just.
That burned.
Accompanied by the smooth.
So that's just like those sort of like coughing sounds coming from her as she's looking at them and waiting.
Soldar kind of takes the mug that you handed him, slams it back down. We hunt wolves. We don't do politics.
Yes, yes. There is certainly truth to that, and there is a particular type of wolf that my friends and I are looking to hunt, and we're hoping to find those with plenty of experience to assist us with this.
Yevgeny kind of leans over. So, well, we're the best guides around here, but what exactly are you looking for?
I'll lean over towards. Well, it's a couple of things, but primarily, there is a particular type of wolf with a very funny-looking arm that, from what we gather, could use with some hunting.
Yeah, that wolf, he's a big target. We've seen him around. But why exactly are you coming to a pair of hunters like us for that?
Well, because it seems that of all the people in town, there is a very small selection that prefer to hunt wolves as opposed to party at festivals. And we are not very festival people.
Zoldar just kind of takes another swig. You know, he's downing this whiskey.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't taken another drink. I'm just sort of like holding it there.
He says, he takes another drink, sets it down. The festival won't help no one. And Yevgeny's like, yeah, the festival ain't gonna help anybody. But you're looking for someone to perhaps make that more known then, are we?
We have certain alliances with individuals who would like to see that particular wolf no longer able to terrorize the populace, as it were. And we would also like to see that happen. And we were looking for assistance in that matter.
Tell you what. You let us know when you got a plan that doesn't involve just walking up and trying to pick a fight with someone who ought not to be picked a fight with. And we'll talk cash.
I've got bad news for these people.
That's fine. But it is good to know.
Here's the hilarious thing. Connie has a plan, but she's not able to communicate it to the party.
Very well. It will be good to experience the craft of such expert wolf hunters up close.
And as you say that, you do notice Yevgeny wears what appears to be like a long cloak made out of swatches of wolf hide.
Yeah.
And you notice that Soldar has a bow slung over his left shoulder, and there's a number of notches in it.
I also noticed that Yevgeny is McCree and Zoldar is one of the Bludgeon Brothers from WWE.
Yes.
It's specifically Eric Rowan.
Yes, Yevgeny is McCree, and Zoldar is Eric Rowan. That's basically what I've been going for.
But one of them has a bow. You could have done a McCree and Hanzo thing.
He does not look like Hanzo.
Not Hanzo.
Fine.
Do you see that man? Do you see his beard?
They can't see the token.
No, I cannot actually see his beard.
Yeah.
But if Jeremy could see the token, he would see what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna see if I can share their.
You can share my site probably. Make my site visible to all players.
I'm just gonna make their profile visible to players because everything that's secret about them is shown to the GM. So
Yeah.
Zoldar.
Yep.
See what I mean? It's just Eric Rowan.
That is definitely Eric Rowan.
And then Yevgeny.
And that is McCree. So yeah, I will. Holding the mug. It has been a pleasure speaking with you, gentlemen. I am sure you will hear from me again in the future. And I will, as smoothly as possible, with a 10 on my charisma roll, slide over and around.
Right, John.
I know, right? You took all my good rolls.
So everybody else is averaging over an 11. 5.9.
I live to serve. I'm gonna go back to the edge of the bar, and then sort of look over at the Voctor brothers and see what they're doing.
The Voctor brothers are kind of in the middle of an arm wrestling match at the moment, basically.
Ooh.
As they kind of sit like arms locked on the table, just kind of grinning and having, talking shit to each other as they're arm wrestling.
Ooh. In that case, I immediately move over and sit down and go, "Hey, now tell me, what does a girl have to do to place a bet on these muscles?"
Nikolai kind of looks over the one on the left, and just kind of, all you gotta do is put some coin down and tell us who you think's gonna win, and he kind of flexes, and Carl leans aside, but then presses back, and they end up going back and forth again.
So, inspecting the two of them, is there any roll I can make to try to determine who might win?
You can make me an insight check.
9.
They seem pretty evenly matched.
Make an ogling check.
Make an ogling. Well, I like to see motivated men doing work. So I'll pull out 2 gold pieces, and I'll put one on you and one on you.
We sent the warlock to the bar. I think that we are all responsible for whatever happened.
No, we sent the warlock down to the bar alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will put. I'll just put like 2 gold pieces down and then slide them over. 20 charisma, 15 intelligence.
The Wachter brothers continue going for another few moments, and it goes back and forth for a while, but eventually Nikolai, just as he's getting close to the end, he slacks just a bit and then presses forward and slams it all the way from almost being to the end to winning. Ha ha!
I'll do a little golf clap.
Takes the gold piece that you sit in front of Carl and slides the other one back to you.
Shink. Very impressive, very impressive. I am Maria, I am new in town, and the 2 of you would be.
One of them, Nikolai Wachter. This is my brother Carl.
Hi,
Me and Kyle here.
It is a pleasure, Nikolai and Carl. I have heard the name Wachter before. You are a big family, I believe, are you not?
There's a few of us.
Yes, my compatriots and I were actually looking around for friends of this nature, people with big, strong muscles who and very intelligent brains, who could assist us with certain tasks. And we were just curious. You seem quite strong and capable. Is the entirety of your family as strong and smart as the 2 of you appear to be?
The Walkers are the strongest family in Vallaki. Just crossing his arms kind of proudly.
This is good to know. This is good to know. You see, we have a problem, and perhaps the might of the Wachters will be enough to assist us with this. There is a attitude about town, I'm sure you have picked it up, that festivals are the sort of thing that is needed to defend this town, and that just doesn't seem right to us. What do you think?
So you've got problems with the Burgermeister too, then?
It would seem, yes. Particularly with there's a very scary man that the Burgermeister employs. He's very frightening, very intense. With his arm is all weird and demonic.
Krasny, right.
Yes. Do you know how he got that?
Not a lot of people know at all, actually. He just kind of was armless for a long time, and then that thing showed up.
That seems weird. That seems like some sort of, I don't know, devil pact or something.
Just talk about it, yeah.
Yes. Yes. My friends, my compatriots, don't much care for that sort of thing. Terrorizing people, making them feel afraid to come out at night.
I mean, there's other reasons to be afraid to go out at night, but...
Yes.
I see your point. I take it you have some plans to help deal with the madness of the Burgermeister?
We have ideas, certainly. We're hoping that perhaps there are others that have plans or ideas that might be useful as well.
Well, maybe you want to stop by the Wachter house then at some point.
I would love to. Where would it be?
The Wachter house. Let me actually pull up the map of Vallaki so I know exactly.
They give me directions.
Yeah, they give you directions. It's the red house on the road directly east, the road that heads into the north gate.
Well then, if the rest of your family are as impressive as the 2 of you are, I am certain we will stop by soon. And I will wind down the conversation with small talk and attempt to walk away looking the part of the person I've been trying to play.
roll me.
Yes!
Hey, there you go.
Finally, a natural 20 on the performance to walk away.
You walk away.
In a very dramatic fashion.
Well, I walk away looking like the kind of person who wears leather pants to a bar.
Right.
Hmm.
And then I don't trip, and I head upstairs back to the room.
All right.
And then as I come into the room, still holding that mug, by the way, I hand it to Valis. Here, Valis, something for you to drink.
What is this?
I'm not certain. I know it burns.
You can smell it. It's strong whiskey.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to pour it out.
Perhaps. Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep anyways.
Pound back the whiskey.
Just slam it.
I could only handle a sip. Anyways, so I have good news, and I have good news.
It wasn't a sip. You tried to take a swig. That was why you had to make a con save.
Yeah, I know. I have good news and I have good news. First, good news. The wolf hunters are indeed interested in hunting our demonically armed friend. They have stated that if we have a plan, if we come up with a plan, we develop a plan, that is not simply walking in there, grabbing him by the throat and punching him until he stops moving, then they will be willing to offer their services for a price. And
I mean, that is a plan, though.
a plan that is not that plan, though, is what they would like.
It's very exacting of them.
And the doctors I have spoken with are very interested in dealing with Strahd as well, and have offered us an invitation to their family estates, which I have the address for, to speak with their family regarding potential plans that could be made. So
How do they feel about?
they do not like the Burgermeister or Strasny any more than we do.
I was going to say, how do they feel about direct assault?
The two that are down there, I do not think would mind it at all. They were having an arm wrestling contest when I spoke with them.
Good.
But the rest of the family may have other plans. And if they have other plans and other ideas that might work out, then perhaps we can have a best of both worlds, shall we say.
Connie will flip through her book a little bit. Perhaps there is beauty and justice to be found, there is beauty to be found in justice, and there is justice to be found after there is evidence of a crime.
Does anybody in this room doubt the crime?
I don't think it's a matter of their finding the
Let's see.
crime is not going to be the problem. Exposing the crime.
It's easier to fucking beat people up if you're in front of the people they've been torturing and you can totally justify it.
Can't see. We need
Cover
to
their
find
mouth.
a way to expose the crime.
I agree.
Everybody just goes silent.
I agree with Connie.
I spoke out of turn.
Please do it more often. It looks very good on you.
I wasn't suggesting we move at this moment. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page as far as that goes.
I believe you.
Wandering upstairs at the estate seems that it would present the proper amount of evidence.
Yes. We walk up the stairs. It would certainly encourage them to fight us, and potentially, while explaining what's going on, a few of us could move around and find this theoretical demonic sacrifice attic. I would like to get, if only we could find someone who is adept at turning themselves invisible and walking around. It's not currently me, unfortunately. Not yet. I need to level up more.
No.
But the Valktors may have more information and more ability to acquire information that we are looking for. So, we can speak with both them and Father Petrovich in the morning. Sound good? Sounds good.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. In that case, we sleep. And I lay down on the bed and go to sleep.
All right. You all get a long rest and awaken in the morning. What are your particular plans?
Father Petrovich first, just in case we need to
Yeah.
leave quickly.
Burn the Burgermeister's house from the bottom up. So he's first to go up to the top, and then we can catch him where the crimes probably are.
There are more people in the house
So
than
yeah,
just
there's
him.
a lot of innocents in that house.
Innocent.
There are more
As
people.
far as we know, the people who work there are not necessarily allowed to leave.
Yeah, no, there are. The Burgermeister and Strahd are not the only people in the house.
I'm aware. I am joking.
I know, we
Jesus
know.
Christ.
We know.
We know you're joking, but we also know our D&D groups who absolutely would burn the house with everyone inside of it.
It's not wrong.
You are not wrong.
So, to Father Petrovich first.
All right. I'm going to put you back on the map of Valaki. I've noticed that all of the houses that are of any interest are red, when the rest of the houses in this map are blue.
I
Or,
think
like-
that's. I think they might not actually be red. I think that might just be.
I mean, according to the map
Code.
that I have here, most of these houses are actually red.
Yeah.
Like according to like the actual like zone maps of like what the houses look like when you're
Oh,
close
yeah?
up to them,
Yeah.
they have red roofs.
So you're saying we'll just investigate every red house we
The
find?
cosmic forces that control Barovia were basically like, this is too complicated, let's just put red roofs on the houses that matter. And like the fog rolled in and did this one
Well,
day.
no, the mayor's house is blue.
Oh, yeah, it is the big blue house, yeah. But it's the big house, so.
Yeah. So yeah, first to the church.
Oh no, his house is the red one. The blue one behind it is like the servants' quarters. Because his icon is in the red house.
Oh well.
Alright, yeah, you guys head to the church.
Father Petrovich.
Yes, one moment. There's a moment of moving around and shuffling, and he opens the door. It's good to see you again.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yes.
We have been told that we need to seek allies at some place known as St. Markovia's Abbey, and we have no idea where that is.
That would be near the village of Kresik to the west.
And how far of a journey is that?
As the crow flies, about 6 miles, but I suspect the roads would impose a far more lengthy toll.
In which direction would that be? You said,
West.
You said west, yes.
He marks it on our map.
Out of curiosity, does this... out of curiosity, when we were up at the mill, which has been dealt with and the Hagenside burnt and killed and everything,
One of them.
One
two
of them, yes.
got away.
two of them fled. We
For
noticed
now.
that there were a section of megaliths near the mill with cities on them and markings. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. Well, Legend, they say, tells of the 4 cities, which were said to be cities of paradise, where the Morning Lord, Mother Night, and the other ancient gods first dwelled.
Would Valaki happen to be one of them?
I don't believe so.
Just curious. What?
I'm not as versed in ancient legend and myth, so I could not tell you for certain. But they were supposed to be paradise places where the gods were born. I would not call Valaki such a place in my wildest dreams.
No, but
No.
things grow up and get worse over time. Trust me. There is this one bar back home in that was very good when I was younger, but as I get older, it's falling apart. People
Does
are
it
leaving.
seem like we've gotten all the information we needed?
Yes.
Okay. Connie is going to physically pick up Maria and start walking.
It's like just going on a tangent while being carried off.
You weigh
Stellar.
like nothing.
Yes, no, I weigh nothing at all.
As the group's walking, all right, good luck, farewell. You're muted, Jeff.
Just gotta go, thank you, Father, then just turn and follow them out as if that's totally normal.
I mean, for us, it kind of is.
Valis just makes an sound and turns and walks away.
Is that the only sound that Valis makes when he's not having conversation?
It is a general purpose sound.
One of
So,
3 or so
I
sounds.
feel like Valis is very proficient in the Uchiha sound.
You can say in 20 different ways.
Yeah.
Voice actors are good like that. I assume I'm then being carried to the Voctor estate.
I mean, I'm not going to carry you the entire way unless you seem incapable of walking, but that's the direction we were headed.
Yeah, continue on that way then.
Alright, so you head to the Wachter house.
We know where to go. If we need to beat a hasty retreat, our next objective is west.
I mean, if we need to beat a hasty retreat, we can beat up the guy who's gonna hunt us.
Stop that.
I think the biggest problem is being able to beat him up without drawing the ire of the rest of the city guard.
Yeah, him we're fine with killing. The actual like city guards, not so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we're beating a hasty retreat, it's from the guards, not him.
I mean, what if we knock the guards unconscious until he shows up?
You arrive at the Wachter house. This house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become. That is literally the box text for this building.
This house
I
reminds...
burn it down because clearly it feels it needs to be put out of its own misery.
This house reminds me of several places in Thay.
This house reminds me of me.
It reminds me of you as well, Valis.
Beauty is subjective to a point, but there is also the unbeautiful.
Knock, knock, knock. Hope the door doesn't fall in.
Just kind of, the knock almost sounds spongy, like the door has gotten like water damaged.
I'm going to need to wash my hand after this.
Like, absent-mindedly casting mending as she walks on the floor beneath her.
Brink, brink, brink.
As you knock, and The a sullen-looking woman of grim expression opens the door. Her hair is kind of like in that weird fancy fantasy updo that people can somehow pull off that looks like a beehive, but there's like two coils coming off the side somehow. Like the beehive Princess Leia somehow.
Yeah.
Are you I mean, it would be thematically appropriate, but like the Frankenstein's bride look?
Kind of, but with like Leia coils coming off the side.
Leia
That's
buns.
weird.
So
I'm gonna
like
just
a
I'm gonna just
Rita
give you a
Repulsa
picture.
style beehive?
Yeah. Hello.
Her head is shaped like an arrowhead.
Kind of.
Her hair is arrowhead shaped.
Kind of, yeah.
Does she have a demon on her shoulders actively right now?
No, she does not actively have an imp on her shoulder.
Okay.
I was gonna say that would drastically change the way this conversation goes.
It would.
Hello, squirt.
Excuse me for a moment while I
There
feel
is not
the thing on your
there is
shoulder.
not actively an imp on her shoulders, no.
Where it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Mentally, not out loud, but like as she's looking at her, it's just like, I'm sorry in the back of her head. Hello. I am Maria de Nazul. These are my compatriots, Jonelle, Valus, and Connie. Connie Hart is Connie's last name, right?
Rose.
Connie Rose, thank you. And Connie Rose. We have come on invitation by Nikolai and Carl, whom I spoke with last night. Regarding-
Yes, my son.
Yes. Regarding a information and potential goings on that may be going on in the next couple of days.
The Baron is abomination and needs to be removed.
Ah, yes, I quite agree.
Valance does not have time for Maria's bullshit.
That, yes.
Well, if you wish to speak of unseating the Burgermeister, I would be very willing to entertain guests for a moment.
Lovely. Valus, you talk.
I mean, I feel like I said everything that needed to be said.
Outside of murdering him in the streets, what would
So let us come in and chat, shall we?
I broke the ice.
Yes, please. Let's have a conversation.
You did not break
shall
the ice,
we?
Valus. You melted. You obliterated the ice. The ice. You eradicated the thought of ice from the conversation.
I appreciate the kind words.
I'm gonna actually just give you guys the handout picture of Yevgeny and Soldar while I'm at this right now, because I actually realized there's actually more art of them than just the token.
Ah.
I think.
Oh my god, he's so Eric Rowan.
Exactly. I know, right? McCree and Eric Rowan go for a wolf hunt.
So she leads you inside. And let me just get as I unplug my own headphones. I cannot hear a thing right now. 1 second. Here. There we go. All right.
Like, for those who are not familiar with who we speak of, there is now a link in Roll20.
God. All right, and then I need to find the Wachter house because that's where you're going now. There we go. Wachter house.
Eric Rowan. For those of you watching at home, just Google Eric Rowan. WWE. Eric Rowan, WWE.
I mean, Eric Rowan will do it. We are looking at a big black.
Yeah, I know. You don't exist on the map yet.
Oh, yay, maps.
I don't need 2 Valuses. No one needs 2 Valuses.
I don't know.
Everyone should
I
have
mean, I
two
feel
Valis.
like
I could
Valis
definitely use
would-
2 Valuses.
You know who could
I
use
feel like it
two
might
Valis?
depend on why there's 2 Valuses.
You know who could use 2 Valuses? Those hags. Oh!
Wow.
Though, then again, Valis.
Wow.
Then again, Valis does, sort of start with the same root word as Valium. So, like, it's that. Take 2 Valuses and call me in the morning.
All right.
I still cannot see anything.
Local elimination.
There we go.
All right. So, lady, you want to walk there? Sorry, that's not the front door. The front door is over here at the south end.
I'll just walk through the window or the window. Oh.
The front door. Oh wait, hang on a second. What the hell? Where is the front door on this building? Okay, there it is. Okay, you are at the front door. Yes.
We just climb
building is so
into the side
complicated.
window.
This building is stupid. Okay.
It's a mansion.
Yeah. So she leads you in.
Being a mansion is the opposite of an excuse for a poorly designed house.
So she leads you in past the entryway and into the waiting room on the left, which is going to be over here.
You have a lovely home, I say.
Yeah. So let us have a conversation about dealing with the Burgermeister, shall we?
Yes, out of curiosity, would you happen to know how his right-hand man managed to come across that particular right hand?
I do not. It is quite a mystery, and I'm curious as to how Izek Strasny, the former armless orphan, managed to acquire such a potent arm.
Yes, we were hoping someone would know at least where we could start to look, but thus
I
far
would
it seems
suspect
to be a
within.
mystery.
I would suspect within the Burgermeister's mansion.
Yes.
I'm more concerned about how easy it will be to remove.
Difficult, but I think the man himself is the first thing that should be removed. If we wish to unseat the Burgermeister, I think Izek Strasny is the first one to go.
Do you have any ideas as
Dallas
to
gets up and walks out.
Wait,
and
Valis,
starts
Valis,
walking
Valis,
down.
Valis, Valis, wait! Valis, come back. You're not done yet, Valis. We have to finish the conversation, we have to plan, then we have to contact others. There's many steps to this process.
We cannot just pummel him in the streets.
Also, he doesn't go into the streets unless he's attacking people. So,
First of all, we can. Whether we should
We
is
shouldn't
another.
just pummel him in the streets.
I just like the fact that whenever Valis starts moving, it's just from Maria, it's just a stream of Valis, 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 Valis.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well,
I
would be able to, shall we say, keep the guard occupied if you would wish to deal with Izek Strasny yourself, and then could easily take care of the rest of dealing with the Burgermeister after that.
I support this plan.
How much do you know of the dynamics within that household?
I know that the Burgermeister is a fool, but one who will not give up his birthright without much of a fight.
And the others within the household, did he have any kids? Just his wife?
Just his wife.
His wife's relationship to the matter.
Well, his wife is, shall we say, bought into her husband's lunacy.
While she's talking, I would like to make an insight roll. I just want to see if we're potentially.
Yes.
I just
Make me an insight
I
roll.
just want to see if we're going to be potentially trading a lunatic for a demon.
That
I
is a
mean, I
valid
should probably
point.
also make that roll.
17.
I am proficient in insight, so it's not awful. It's just a +0. 8.
Maria, something's wrong about this person. You may have been able to tell by the way I'm voice acting her.
Yeah.
She does not have a lot in common with her sons, shall we say.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Out of curiosity, Lady Factor, are you sure you don't have any idea as to how Mr. Strasny came across that arm?
Oh no, I wish that I did.
It just seems like the sort of thing that you might know. You might be curious about, I should say.
I mean, I do not. I would happily learn, given the opportunity, but I'm afraid that I have no knowledge of how Izek Strasny came across that new replacement arm.
Connie, who rolled an 8 on her insight, will. If the Burgermeister is so far removed from reality and invested in his replacement thereof, would it not be useful to add new details to his self-fairy tale?
I'm afraid the Burgermeister is largely unable to see anyone whose worldviews don't match his idea that making everyone happy will save or remove this village from Lord Strahd's domain.
And if his wife and his right hand were in the torrid affair?
I doubt he'd even notice, I'll be honest. But it would be amusing to see.
Well, I think we are all certainly agreed that the Burgermeister labeling those who disagree with him as agents of Strahd is not good for the town. We are all agreed with that universality. Also, Mr. Strasny's arm is worrying, I will say, emphasizing the word worrying while looking at her. And something that should be dealt with as well. I do not feel that the Burgermeister himself, as an entity, is necessarily a harmful entity. I think he's just very misguided and very under a lot of stress. It's the Strasny one that is the major issue here. My proposal would be, if there is a way to get into the second story of the house without raising the alarms, without having the guards descend upon us en masse, we could find the information we need regarding Mr. Strasny's arm, and perhaps information regarding other matters related to the running of the town. And then, with that information, perhaps there will be some sort of key to releasing the Burgermeister from his fantasy and dealing with Strasny at the same time, that will perhaps settle matters to the best benefit of the town for everyone.
I doubt much will relieve the Burgermeister from his fantasy, so set is he in his own ways, but you are very welcome to search his manor for something that might shatter his delusions of safety from Lord Strahd.
Yes, the trick is going to be providing the distraction that we need to remove the Burgermeister and Strasny from the estate long enough for us to search the upper floors.
I mean, If you wanted to simply enter the estate and approach the second floor and deal with Strasny there, I could see that the guards are unable to respond.
I would like to deal with Strasny not in his, shall we say, lair. Not without any information as to what is in there, you understand? When you deal with a creature of darkness in their own home, they can have many a trick up their sleeve that perhaps would be advantageous to them and disadvantageous to others.
Well, I'm afraid that drawing Strasny out is far more difficult than going to him.
Is there a way?
Possibly, although to my mind, I can't think of anything recently that's drawn him out other than the Burgermeister's express wishes.
Is there... Though... This is tipping our hand a bit. But those who disobey the celebration, are they thrown in prison somewhere?
Well, that tends to be up to the mood of the Burgermeister. Some he will declare to be simply not in their right mind and have them arrested for a few days. Others he will declare to be servants of Strahd and will take them to the manor to be dealt with in whatever secret ways he decides to deal with people.
I have an idea. On the festivals, on the day of the festivals, I assume the Burgermeister and his captain of the guard are not sealed away in the manor.
No, they should be present for the festivities.
I believe there is one coming up soon. What day is it? In a few days? A week?
2 days from now.
2 days from now. If you will assist us in this, on the day of the festival, on the day of the festivities, when the Burgermeister and his guard are out, if they can be distracted, entertained, drawn into conversation of some sort that would keep them away from the manor, we could use this event as we have already been given leave to look throughout the building, into the building, letting the servants know that we are there on behalf of the Burgermeister to continue our investigations. Use them being outside of the manor for the festivities as a cover to go to the second floor and above and look for the information we require. We can then determine from there the best way to deal with Strasny once we have determined how exactly he came across the powers he has.
It would be interesting knowledge to gain, yes. Although I feel that the group of you would be more than capable of simply dealing with him in an upfront fashion were I to keep the guard from responding.
I'm certain we could, but there is always, when dealing with matters that have a mystical quality to them, I find it is most effective to have all the information you require, just in case something goes wrong.
And what say the rest of you?
I don't necessarily disagree. However, while we sit around waiting for this festival and etc., there are 2 people missing. And to be frank, I would not be surprised if Oh, and also in that 2 days, who knows what Isaac will do with
Irina.
What's her
Irina.
name?
Irina.
Irina.
Yes.
Indeed, a friend may be in danger, but
There's one question I would like to ask you. If we help depose the burgomaster, your family as being one of the preeminent families in town, what plans do you have to step into power and also to protect the town?
I, of course, would step into position as Burgermeister, and none of this foolish frivolity and expending of resources would be necessary. We could go on living as should be.
And your plans to continue on how to protect the town?
Well, outside dangers can very easily be dealt with. The guard are more than proficient at dealing with rabid animals and dangerous attacks that come towards the town.
Wait, I'm sorry. What
Excuse
about
me,
a
do you have a
dangerous attack?
bathroom?
That's a good question.
do they have a latrine?
I hope so.
Otherwise, I have.
I know D&D maps. The answer is probably no.
Yeah, I was saying, in terms of like D&D building maps, probably not. So I would just say yes. There's a latrine outside in north end of the house.
I must excuse myself for a moment. Ugh. Connie's gonna wander just far enough away not to be incredibly obvious and cast Detect Good and Evil.
You walk to the next room. What's the range on Detect Good and Evil?
30 feet. But, like, once I have it up, I can concentrate on it for 10 minutes.
There is at least one fiend in the range.
Okay.
Reason why I'm
So,
not
yeah,
trusting
I'll-
her to just hold off the guards.
Go out for the proper amount
but
of,
none of the
like,
rest of
time
us
to
have made it.
cover
No, I know.
cover my tracks.
I
And
know.
then head back in, because if I'm... Yeah.
Well.
Just do some very basic recon.
Yeah. Well, regardless of which direction we wish to take, yes, Strahd may indeed be a danger to our friend. We do still, at the very least, need a little bit more information. So, in my proposal, we will do what we can. We will do what we can today to determine that our friend is in no danger and is being watched carefully, and see if Strasny is interacting with her in any particularly aggressive ways. And using this time, we will see what we can gather from what access we have currently to determine if there is any need to act before the festival. I have a suspicion that the Burgermeister wants the town to be productive and happy up to and including the festival, so I do not think that Strasny will be terrorizing people just yet. So I believe we have time.
Terrorizing people and the town pretending to be happy are not mutually exclusive. In fact, I would say there is a direct relation between the two.
No, but if you're gearing up for a festival, no matter how mad you are, you do not want to have your town executioner executioning people.
You're
We are going to have a
This
happy
man is
we are
not
going to have a
rational.
happy fun time festival in 2 days. Tomorrow, Strasny, kill everyone. That does not make sense. That is not. I do not think that is how it works.
Again, you are thinking the way a rational person would. This man is
I
not
mean-
rational.
I
We're
would like
going by stereotypical medieval.
I would like Valis to make an insight check on Maria. I don't know if he's going to, but I would like it.
I mean, if you're hinting at something, I have heard no reason for him to
Yeah.
suspect otherwise.
Yeah.
You're making rational, logical arguments that he is rejecting because
Crazy person.
Because evil runs from him.
Valus.
because he does not believe that they are dealing with a rational person.
Yeah. No, I know.
Sure. Nope.
He didn't see it anyway.
Doesn't matter. Well, at the very least, let us go get supplies. I am low on several things that I need for my magics.
Very well.
We will return, I say to Lady Wagner, we will return when we are prepared to go forward with our plan of dealing with the guards and then dealing with Strahd. Sound good?
Very well. I eagerly await your return.
Of course. Stand. I will turn. I will walk towards the front door.
Everyone follow her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will get several doors down from the Wagner estate, or from the Wagner estate. Turn and then go, that lady is something, there's something weird with her. I think she has not so nice designs for the town.
Something within that house, perhaps the woman and herself is. I do not say this to be accusatory of fiendish quality.
And
So
Valus turns right back around and starts marching
So
back.
we have a choice.
I mean, Connie's really fucking hoping.
He does not.
So we
At
have
the
a
moment,
choice.
he is not immediately. But he's definitely looking back there.
We have a person in power who is of questionable mind, and or put in power someone who has questionable intent.
Kill them both. Let the people sort it out.
That is actually exactly my idea. Use the
There is a local priest. It behooves those who are in holy position to ensure the safety of the people in the absence of government.
My suggestion, just as Connie says, speak with Father Petrovich about potentially dealing with matters of leadership. Because on one side we have a man who uses demonic power to cow the people into following his whims. And on the other side we have a lady who very likely is a demon of some kind, who wants to take control. My proposal, use one to deal with the other, and then turn around and deal with the first.
Which are we using to deal with which? I am confused now.
If we use the Lady Vactor to deal with Strahd, letting her provide a distraction in the festival, we will investigate the Burgermeister's house, and then, with the information we find there, we can pin both Strahd as demonic and the Lady Wagner as demonic as well, with the information that Connie has gathered. And with the people behind a righteous cause, deal with them both.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Meet with the demon woman. She now has a name. The demon woman. Perhaps at the inn that her children meet at, or tend to frequent. I would like to check out that building. Because if she is in direct opposition to the Burgermeister, who is missing servants.
They may very well be in her home.
Yes.
I also have a suggestion.
Yes.
What if the Burgersmeister's wife were to believe that he was in a torrid affair with the man with the magic hand?
I mean, it would
Wait.
certainly be scandalous.
What?
Connie is suggesting that we convince the Burgermeister's wife that the Burgermeister is sleeping with the captain of the guard.
And how
That
would we
seems
do
like
that?
a lot
It
of
is a
work.
beautiful solution.
That seems like a lot of work.
Also,
Is Connie's solution to everything make it seem like one person is sleeping with another person?
No! Her solution to everything is find an artistic solution.
while that would certainly
Trashy court dramas are technically art.
while that would certainly be quite distracting and scandalous, I don't know that the Burgermeister's wife has any sort of political power in town.
Also, perhaps
We
they
can
have an
hand her a
open
knife.
relationship.
I mean,
I think
I
see
also
what
don't.
Connie is
I also don't
suggesting.
think she is. Having spoken with the lady for a few moments, I don't think she is also of enough mind to do much about it.
There's not enough passion there to get her to commit a crime of passion.
There might be passion there, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think there's enough logical facilities to put two and two together. To then.
I
go
am
to
more
commit the crime of
so. My thoughts, and this had been what I had asked, and I suppose we would have to look into this, is if there is somebody currently who is imprisoned for not being happy enough, we go and we just openly free them. That will bring Isaac out of his house.
It will also bring lots of the guardsmen, though.
Unless we
I'm
get the
still
Vikings to.
talking.
Yes, sorry. You talk very slow, Alice. I apologize.
We coordinate this with the demon woman so that she has the guards distracted, as she said she could do. We deal with Isaac. That will then remove the seat of the Burgermeister's power. We can depose him and then destroy the demon woman.
So, my biggest concern with having the demon woman deal with the guards is we are then having the demon woman deal with the guards.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends one of two ways. They are all dead, or they are all turned to her side. And that is a lot of people who do not deserve to die or to be controlled by a demon.
I do think we need to have some kind of proof that the Burgermaster has a torture chamber and is admittedly using it. Just us going, hey, the Burgermaster is evil. The townsfolk are not going to be behind us without some kind of evidence that
The guards
he
as
is evil.
They are very well aware of the fact that he is evil because they live in terror of him every
They live
day.
in terror.
Isaac is
terror
the
of
only.
Isaac.
Yes,
live in
Isaac is the only reason that they won't rise up against him, is my understanding.
Yes.
He is an incompetent.
This is true.
A competent leader. Isaac holds them in check. Getting rid of Isaac is one thing. Getting rid of the Burgermaster and getting the people to support the power change is another, unless we show that the Burgermaster does
On the
need.
subject of power change, it seems inelegant to destabilize twice.
I'm not in disagreement. That's why we kill the Burgermeister, we kill the demon woman. There's only one power change.
I'm curious if there's not a way
I-
to pin the death of Strasny on the demon woman and have the guards deal with her for us. That may be wishful thinking, no.
No.
Either way, I think our next step would be to speak with the father, Petrovich, because if neither of these are fit to take power, I agree with Connie in that Father Petrovich would be the best alternative for the town.
And also getting him to agree to if there becomes a power vacuum, because we get rid of both of the families and he is not willing to step up, we're left with no one at the top of this village.
Indeed.
I have a thought.
You have many thoughts, Phallus. What is this one?
We came to this city with a potential option.
Irina had been leading Barovia from her father's
Well,
village.
not Irina, but Ismark
Irina,
had been leading.
Irina and Ismark.
One
yes.
of them had. Yeah,
Yes.
the two of them had. Because their father was the Burgermeister of that town. Or mayor, or whatever the fuck he was. Barovian political positions.
Burgermeister, yes.
That solves two birds with one stone.
Certainly.
All right.
As
I say, as you all are finally coming to this particular plan that you might maybe carry out, if you don't come up with a better one sometime, that is where we will end for the day.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.